And to discuss the recent development further, African Affairs analyst Chude joins me on the news. Thank you very much for joining me, sir. Now, what do you make of the decision of the three countries to leave ECOWAS?
I think it was inevitable. Seeing the way they were moving, they had shown before now quite a bit of disregard for ECOWAS. And obviously their interest diverged from the interest of ECOWAS. They are military juntas and have made up their mind really on what they intend to do, how long they intend to stay in power and all that. And then it's at variance with what ECOWAS obviously was pushing for. And so I think that there were initial mistakes by the ECOWAS, as a body. The way ECOWAS intervened, especially following the coup in Niger, where they put the first things last, and then the last things first. And then I think as a result of that, the relationship spiraled almost out of control. And so I think what these juntas are doing is just an excuse for them to escape the scrutiny of ECOWAS and the international community. So I think it pays them in terms of what they, their interests. But obviously, it is something that is going to affect them in the long run, because it might not be in the interest of the people of their countries. Eventually, at the end of the day, they are still basking in the euphoria of support that is being given to them by their people. But that support is not going to last for too long, especially when things begin to get out of hand in terms of security imperatives, in terms of the economy, and all that, because they criticize those that they took over from. And so they must be able to walk the talk. Some of those things that they criticize, the past leadership that they overthrew, they should be able to fill the gap. But if they don't, then it's going to create a basis for future agitations by their own people.
All right, now, where does this leave the transition program of these countries, which ECOWAS has been pushing for all this while? I mean, with no external body to put pressure on them, do you think these military leaders will want to leave the stage?
There's no transition program. The transition program, whatever it is that was being mapped out, between them and ECOWAS is dead. That is the essence of pulling out. When they pull out, there's no other obligation to the regional body. And so they answer to themselves, they don't answer to the body and to the international community. And so, but there will be a price to pay because the international community is also listening to the, ECOWAS, and have been acting in concert with, with ECOWAS. And so having pulled out of ECOWAS, they might not expect much support from the international community, except, for instance, if they are going towards France, for instance, to have a kind of, towards Russia, to have a kind of working relationship. They have shown a lot of solidarity with Russia, and Russia has shown a lot of support for these countries. But whether that will be able to carry them, through the difficult period, because there will be difficult period, is something that a lot of us do not know. And so, with regards to the transition program, it's not left for them to decide how they want to go. And then again, the people of their countries too, to decide whether they want to give them a carte blanche to do whatever they want to do.
All right, then, African Affairs analyst, Mr. Chude, thank you very much for lending your thoughts.